Celebrations begin a story of hope for the liberation. Liberation means like freedom. Okay. This is a story about World War II, where the Jewish community was trapped in some camps by the Nazis. We are planning a party, a very special party, the women and I. My name is Miriam, and this is where I live. Hut 18, bed 22. So in these camps, they would have designated beds and huts, like buildings, where they would live. And they can't leave. So they're like caged in. This is my best friend Sarah, and this is David. He's only 4. See him there in the corner with his mama's old black shawl? See his hungry eyes and his legs? His legs! The chickens running in our yard were fatter than his legs. So what does that mean if his legs are that skinny? Halana. He's not getting fed right. Okay? Chickens. It is years since I chewed on a chicken leg. Back then, I didn't like the skin or fat. Now, I would gobble it all up. Skin, fat, and bones. I would lick the plate and pull the wishbone and make sure David had second helpings, third helpings, and fourth helpings. At this moment, that's a flashback because the author, the main character in the story, is talking about what it used to be like. Sarah and David think they have always lived here. They think this is their home. But I remember Mama and Papa in my very own bedroom, in my very own bed, and in the corner, my very own toys. Sarah and David say to me, "Tell us again, Miriam. Tell us about your teddy bear with the squeak in the middle. Tell us about your doll that has that blink. Tell us about your soft pink elephant that sits on the windowsill and the owl that swings from the ceiling." What? Okay, tell her I'll send them later. It's fine. Shh. So, I tell them. Sarah stares at me, and David hugs his mama's old black shawl, and then I run away to be on my own. Because I know Sarah and David want a toy more than anything else in the world. And in this place, there are no toys. That is why we are planning a party, a very serious, a very special party, the women and I. When the soldiers come to set us free, and they are coming soon, everyone says so, they will open the gates. And for dinner, we will cook chickens for everyone, and each child in the hut will get a toy of his or her own. Shh. So Miriam is the main character. She's the narrator. Do you think that her main objective is eating or having toys? What's her main objective? Eating. What's Sarah and David's main objective? Toys, right? Yes. Yeah, flash forward, yep. We are making the toys now, and the women and I, we are collecting bits and pieces, scraps of material, rags, tiny strands of thread, yarn, and anything else that we can find. And we will make toys, incredible toys, the women and I. Old Jacoba says we are crazy. Why do you worry about toys? She scolds. We are starving. Doomkopfs. It is food we need, not your foolish toys. Doomkopf, that's like a Polish word, which means stupid person or blockhead. So why do you think that she's calling those kids blockheads or Doomkopfs? Lauren. Yeah, because they only want toys. They don't care about food. They're supposed to care about food more, though. But we laugh at her, the women and I, and we go on begging buttons and torn pockets because there's nothing we can do about the food. There is no food. But we can make toys, and we will. In the end, old Jacoba gives us the back of her sweater, and goes off grumbling that it will be our fault if she gets rheumatism in her back this winter. Rheumatism is like a disease where like your bones and your tissue and your muscles inflate. Like inflammation means like they get bigger. Okay? Dawson, make sure that we're focused and not talking, please.
Yeah.
But we shrug and smile because we know we won't still be in the camp this winter. The soldiers are coming soon, everyone says, and we must be ready, the women and I, for our party, our very special party. We are cutting and sewing, all of us, every night while the guards sleep. Even old Jacoba is helping. She has given us the right sleeve of her sweater, and she says it will be our fault. Oh yes, if she gets rheumatism in her right arm this winter. So far, Jacoba says that she's giving all of her clothes away for their toys, and then if she gets sick, then it's their fault. I'm not sure if that's like a joke or if it's serious, but that's part of the story. But still, we don't have enough material, so now we are cutting up our own clothes. My skirt is getting shorter and shorter. David is puzzled. He thinks my legs are growing longer and longer, remarkably fast. Sarah scowls. She knows we have a secret, the women and I. And she says she hates me. She will never speak to me again. But I can't tell her, not yet. Not until I have finished making her an elephant that will one day sit on the windowsill of her new home. Okay, guys, please stay down, because I'm reading. Quietly go. No, hurry up. Shh.
Ow.
They are here, everyone. The soldiers are here. See their guns and their tanks and the big gates swinging open. David peeks at the soldiers through his mama's old black shawl, and the soldiers stare back at us, oh, so strangely, making soft noises in their throats. They seem afraid to touch us. It's as if they think we might break. And then old Jacoba shuffles forward and demands a cooked chicken, all to herself. And the soldiers laugh, and one of them swings David up onto his shoulders. There's one thing that's been a constant thing here with Jacob and his mother, or with David and his mother's shawl. Why do you think that he keeps that with him, Naimani?
Because it was his mother's and let's remember his mom.
Right. So what can we think about what happened to his mom then? Like, what can we guess happened, Anthony?
Probably starved to death.
Okay. Why do you say starved to death specifically? Why starving?
Most of them want food.
Right. Because they want food. Yeah.
Or maybe she would sacrifice to the other people.
Okay. That's fair. That night at our party, our very special party, the women and I bring out the toys. David wraps up his precious owl in his mama's old black shawl. Sarah hugs her funny patchwork elephant and vows to keep it, always, on her windowsill. Let the celebration begin. And old Jacoba tells everyone very loudly that she donated her whole sweater, yes, that the back of it, the front of it, and both sleeves, so that these dear children could have toys. The women and I wink at one another and pass old Jacoba another helping of chicken soup. And so, the celebration begins. And then the last picture shows him having his owl with his mom's shawl on it. So what are the two things that they finally got? John. Okay, they got their toys and what else, Rachel? Food, their chicken, right? Those were the two main things. So this has let the celebration begin. This tells us about how these Jewish people were captured. They were stuck in the camp. They didn't have much food. They obviously didn't have any toys or much clothing, so they had to do with what they had. So it's kind of putting the importance on life and what you should put your perspective on. You can stop it.